Go.
Oh, so bad. Okay, good.
Rude.
So bad. Okay, good.
Kinda dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello, welcome to Way Too Broad, a show and tell program for really, really excitable grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
What is up, Hannah? What is up, Ben?
Yo.
We're back.
It's capping and lapping.
We're back, baby.
Chapping, bud slapping, taking me to town in the bapping, slapping, and chapping. How we doing, folks?
We're back. We're better than ever.
Butt slapping.
Butt slapping.
Slapping.
Hey, Hannah, I would like to thank you for putting something out last week. Podcast-wise.
You're welcome. It was fun, and I had the time to do it, so I said.
And you're at the time of your life doing
it. But yeah, thanks for bearing with us through that. And now it's when this comes out.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Is it? Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy flipping New Year.
Frickin' Sunday. It'll be the second day of the year.
Checked your calendar. I know we're all running on vacation time here, but the New Year does start tomorrow. Well, in 2 days. So
fucks it up immediately.
Yep.
No, but tomorrow we're recording this on Thursday night, the 30th. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow, the only thing I know that happens tomorrow is I bring home those 2 kittens.
Oh, yay! I had a cat update on my list for tomorrow. I mean, for upfront.
For tomorrow.
I actually have cat update and wondering what you two flips are doing for New Year's Eve.
Us? Oh, us two? The two of us?
You two podcast hosts. Like, who the fuck else am I talking about?
Let's, nothing is the answer. I'm hanging out with cats and stuff.
Man.
And
please Marco Polo the shit out of me, for me, HD, if you can. Thank you.
And we got a wood stove this week, so we're also breaking that in. It's a soapstone wood stove. It's really pretty, and so we're gonna be making a lot of fires, hanging out with the kitties.
Will you send a pic
stuff
of your wood stove? I'd love to see that.
I'll send it right frickin' now.
Flippin'.
Ben, do you know what you're doing for New Year's?
What are you doing New Year's?
I don't know at all yet.
Eve. Well,
still deciding if I feel like non-COVIDy enough to do anything.
Yeah. Do you think
you never? Yeah.
Like, what does your heart want? COVID aside, what does your heart want?
What does my heart want?
Like, if COVID, if you knew you didn't have COVID, that's pretty high.
I would probably go to the Cape, but I also don't care that much about New Year's as a holiday. Yeah.
With your freaking parents?
Yeah, those nerds.
Nerds. You will have decided by the time that they hear this, so why don't we record 2 versions? One where you decided to go and one where you didn't.
No, we'll just do the one where I don't know still.
Yeah. We talked about this before we recorded, but basically everyone in like the metro area that Ben lives in has been getting COVID, just like most other metro areas in the country right now. And Ben has had one particular brand of rapid strips that he's been testing positive on the majority of the time since Christmas Eve. Yeah, but he's taken. By the time this comes out, assuming those turn out like the 2 you've already taken, 4 PCR tests at this point that have all come back negative, and
let's record 2 versions of that.
Yeah, that's a big assumption. Half of those we don't know about.
He's taken at least 2, possibly 4 by now that have all come back negative.
No, he has taken 4. 2 have come back negative. 2 have not come back. 2 are still at the shop.
Yeah. and an additional brand of rapid tests has also tested negative. So he doesn't know what to do, and no one is telling him. Would that be accurate, Ben?
Correct.
No one
I
of
haven't
authority.
really found a lot of I haven't found evidence of many other people in this particular situation. It seems like the opposite is happening, like getting a lot of false negatives on rapid tests and then testing positive in PCRs. But so I've taken, of this particular brand, I think I've taken 7 tests, and I tested positive on 5 of them.
Wow.
Which feels like a lot of times to be a false positive. But then on the same day that I tested positive for one of those, I collected the sample from my first PCR, which came back negative. So I don't fucking know.
Because that's not supposed to be possible. It's supposed to be like, if you, like, the PCR test is supposed to be so much more sensitive. What the hell?
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And it kept happening over the course of... I tested positive. Those 5 times were spread out over 4 days also.
I have a theory, Ben.
It wasn't just a day.
Ben, you've got COVID in one of your nostrils and not the other, and you just happen to accidentally keep doing the same nose nostril for the one brand.
To do both.
They definitely swabbed the shit out of both today at the doctor's office.
Okay, so one of your PCR tests is going to come back negative, one's going to come back positive from the 2 that you took. That's my theory. That's my hypothesis.
It's not just like one is
prediction.
Positive.
It's not just like one is positive and one is negative. It's like one is positive and one is anti-positive. So when you put them together, there's like a 50-50 chance you get a positive result.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that adds up.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on, I think. So Ben's been isolating this whole time. You just don't know. Like, you're erring on the side of caution, which I think is really good. But if no one's going to give you any direction, like, you can't just be in there forever.
I think you should do a 180 and just go out New Year's, no mask.
Okay.
Just fucking,
Interesting. Tell me more.
Just blaze the town. Paint the town red with your breath. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
Okay.
Burp on people. Happy New Year.
That's what's going on in Ben's life. Sorry, Ben.
Hey, man.
Well, yeah. Life. Well, I think if you get your 2 negative tests back before New Year's, then you're free to roam about the cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to...
I'm a doctor.
I'm supposed to get one of them back tomorrow. So hopefully I will... get a result, and maybe we could do something New Year's Day instead of New Year's Eve with family.
Yeah, sounds fun. Just let me know. I'll let you come right over.
And just to be clear, you still have not had any... I mean, you said you were a little bit sniffly maybe at some point, which doesn't have to mean anything, right?
Correct.
Like, yeah. So, I'm glad you're feeling good either way, because at this point...
Here's a brainstorm. Have you reached out to our cousin, Courtney, who's an RN?
I haven't.
To ask. She's on Slack sometimes.
Maybe I should do that.
That's a good point. She was on Slack today.
Today?
What are we drinking?
What the fuck are we drinking?
Who's first? I am? I'm first. Okay. I have 3 drinks, and they're all Spindrift.
Oh.
And they're all different flavors.
Oh, no. Are you drinking tonight? I almost asked you.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not.
Good.
I brought up this lemon and tea flavored Spindrift, and I brought up a backup lemon.
Oh, great.
And then I got up here, and I had a raspberry lime from earlier that's still good.
It's still good. I love the variety you've got there.
Yeah. So I have 2 open, 1 not open yet, and they're all different flavors.
Let me ask you, in this picture that you sent of your wood stove, what is in the little mini fridge behind that I can see? What's that?
That is Spindrift spiked.
Okay. So you didn't want to bring a fourth Spindrift spike into the mix.
No, but I'll tell you what though. I forgot that we were recording earlier, like let's say around 6 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
And I did take an edible. So I'm kind of high.
Love it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So
I took one like half an hour before recording, so hopefully that'll hit like midway / towards the end.
Beautiful. Which was purposeful because it was like 7:40 and I was like, oops, full vacation brain. Forgot we were recording the podcast tonight. I didn't do anything. I was drinking all day, but you know, I wouldn't have done anything different had I remembered.
So, Erin, what are you drinking exactly?
Yeah, I've got hot chocolate, Williams Sonoma, double dark, 3 marshmallows, and ice water. But I almost put a spot of Kirsch in my hot chocolate. So, but then I didn't. Great story.
Well then.
Good times, good story.
That sounds delicious. Is it the like chocolate shavings kind you were talking about before?
Oh, fuck yeah.
God.
Oh yeah. We got a whole, Molly ordered like a shit ton. And so we've got like, when I tell you we have a lot of hot chocolate in this house, like it's pretty intense. But awesome.
Ben, what are you drinking?
Water.
Cool. Hold on, I smell a lot of smoke. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Hey, Ian,
This is your
you good? I smell smoke a little bit. Maybe it's just what our house smells like when the wood stove's on. I mean, it smells like wood smoke.
It's definitely my first reaction when I smell smoke is to continue. Just to stay put. The show must go on.
Well, no, it's not like smoke out of nowhere. It's like smoke, and we're doing our first like long-term fire tonight.
Ian's blazing it up.
Ian is going into the attic. Do you smell it? I think it might just be the wood stove. No, he's going into the attic.
So let me
Why?
let me
Is he scared? Is he hiding?
let me review. Hannah smells smoke and alerts Ian and is now criticizing Ian for checking it out.
This is true, yeah.
I'm sorry, Ian. Erin and Ben said I'm not appreciating you properly. Because I asked you to, or I called out to you to check on it, and now you're checking on it, and I'm saying, why are you checking on it?
I don't know. I think Ben's heard, but Hannah wanted to build a fire earlier, and she wants to be like, you know, I want to be an equal partner in making the fires, and which I support because I don't want to make all of them.
Yeah.
He's good at it, though.
So I asked that she read a little part of the manual, and she's like, okay, fine. And then maybe read a couple pages or skimmed it, and then was like, oh, I'm good. I don't want to have to read the whole manual. And then it was like, Ian tried to make me read the whole manual, and it was like 5 pages.
Wow. This is very classic.
But, you know, I love her, but I also am slightly terrified of the stove until we get used to it, so.
I just, my whole thing is that man learned to make fire before we learned to write. So I don't know why I should have to read a bunch of things.
Please also tell Ian it's called a manual, not a manual.
Ian, Erin says it's called a manual, not a manual. He's not laughing.
Tell Ian to have some respect for the gender binary, which we all subscribe to.
Oh my god. No, I really do. Like, I like to make fires, but I think that's part of what he's worried about, you know?
Fires.
That you like to make fires without reading the manual.
Yeah. I read enough. Like, I get it.
Power skimmed. That's like reading.
Another thing I wanted to tell you guys about was my internet was out for 2/3 of the day yesterday.
Oh boy.
And I was supposed to be working,
2/3?
so yeah, my internet was out from the time I woke up until like around 1 p.m. So 2/3 of my work day, at least.
That's
Great.
almost 3/4.
So, and it was my last day of working before, like, New Year's vacation, which
Great.
included today.
Your internet
So I didn't.
was throwing you a solid there.
Honestly.
Throwing you a solid.
Nope, don't even think about it. You nailed it.
I think that monkeys do that.
I had more questions. Oh, Hannah. No, I didn't have any questions. I have no more questions. Hannah, I thought it would be fun to talk about your new nickname on the pod.
Well, and also we should talk about Encanto, because we did a movie night and we all watched Encanto. Encanto.
I have a hard time not calling it Enchanto. Is my thing.
And I said something, I don't even remember what it was about, but Erin was like responding to me.
No, you said you didn't know the first time you watched it that Lin-Manuel Miranda. I simply did not ever recover. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the music, and I was saying, how could you not know?
but okay, wait a minute. 2 things. First of all, I was just, when you said it right, it now sounds wrong to me. Like, it should be Miranda. That happened so quickly. And secondly, yeah, but instead of tagging me or writing my name, you wrote Annan. Annan. And then after that, like right after that, instead of fixing it, she said, "Enjoy your new nickname." How did you do that?
Annan?
Yeah.
I don't know. Fat thumbs? Anyway, so then Hannah changed her handle on Slack, and so it's done now. Annan.
Yeah, that's my name.
It's kind of like my name. Erin and Annan.
Erin and Annan.
Why is Annan not a name? That's a great name.
Maybe I'll name one of the cats Annan.
I love that. Oh, man, that's so great.
I mean, Anon is a name, right?
Anon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's right.
Spelled like that.
I'm going to tell you guys something, and
We won't
have
tell
not
a
been
soul.
telling. Okay, this is like this is kind of like, but not like, when people like won't give out what names they're thinking about for a baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ian is very insistent that you can't name a cat until you've really spent some time with them.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been talking about names, but he's like, we have to meet them, we have to meet them, we have to meet them. And he also doesn't want people to get attached to different name ideas. But by the time this comes out, we probably will have chosen names for the cats. So I feel like I can tell you that one of the names that I really want us to choose is a reference to It's a Wonderful Life. And it's $1 Million Hot Dog.
I don't know that reference, but I love that for a cat name.
I wish I had $1 million. Hot dog!
Yeah. It's like one of those Make-A-Wish machines. Make-A-Wish machines. It's definitely not what they're called, but I could find you the clip.
Those Make-A-Wish
but yeah,
machines
it's like,
that give kids cancer.
Which they give kids who make a wish $1 million and a hot dog. What cat would be $1 million hot dog? And what would their nickname be?
it doesn't matter which one, because you could do nicknames. Well, because like, I don't think cats really care if they have feminine names, for one thing, but also like you could call them Millie, you could call them $1 million, you could call them hot dog, you could call them dog. Very fun. There's like a million things you could call them that you could write on their forms instead of writing the whole name out.
Yeah,
This is the clip.
I would write the name out with pride every time.
$1 Million Hot Dog Bukowski.
I love it. And
I
cats
just really like it.
male cats do care if they have a feminine name because they respect the gender binary.
As we all should.
We all should.
Yeah, so that's one that we're thinking about.
That's fun.
And we watched It's a Wonderful Life twice on Christmas Day, so maybe it's a passing fancy, but we'll see. I feel like we have forgotten something else.
Oh, I have more things written down up front. All right, Hannah's found your and Encanto was on there. I finished Red, White, and Royal Blue. It was great.
Did you cry?
Yeah. It was too long. It's like over 400 pages or 400 pages, and I just feel like it didn't need to be. I don't know what I would have cut per se, but I would have just made it 300 pages.
I feel like the first 100 pages.
Yeah.
You could cut.
Yeah, the first 100. That's great.
Yeah.
When I loan it out to somebody, I'm just gonna rip those pages out and be like, just go with it. Roll with it. You'll learn all you need to learn.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, I thought it was nice. Great read. I read it in like 3 days once I actually started it in earnest.
Cool. I don't remember it that well, but I remember it made me cry a lot at the end. But a lot of things do that. Sometimes I cry.
I cry at everything. Like when you said, did it make you cry? I can't remember specifically, but I know it most certainly did, because like fucking like an ad will make me cry, like an YouTube advertisement. So yeah. I can't imagine I didn't cry.
Encanto made me cry twice.
Yeah, totally.
On 2 separate viewings. I watched... Oh, I didn't tell you the details of that. Encanto, great. Loved it. Had a great time watching that with you guys. I had already seen it twice before that. The first time I started watching it and then got distracted and didn't like catch anything that happened after the first like 10, 15 minutes, even though it was playing the whole time. And then I was like, wow, I watched that, but I really didn't. And so then I watched it a second time, and I was sitting here next to Ian, and he was playing computer games, and I was watching on my phone. And then all of a sudden, I was just like weeping, just sitting next to him as the ending happened. And then the third time with you guys, cried again, for sure.
Yeah, it was great. And shout out to Disney Plus, which has a group watch feature. So we got to do it, because we often will watch movies together as a family and just have to time it. But that was I thought, pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it might be annoying. I almost regretted suggesting it, but then it was pretty seamless.
We didn't try pausing, because Hannah ignored my plea to do so. But it would be cool to see if that works.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe with a more attentive host.
Making toast. I'm not attentive. I'm a toast host.
Okay, no, I'll save this for my obsession. Remind me I have like a sub-obsession.
Obsession.
I'm gonna write it down.
I have like a bit of an upfront. It's not an obsession. It might be at some point, but just a little preview. Are either of you familiar with Caroline Polachek? I posted about it in Slack earlier. But
Yes. Yeah, I was like, that name sounds very familiar.
No,
yes.
Where did you post
to
about
that
it? Song
on your request.
Did you like it?
It's not really my bag. I didn't dislike it.
No, I think it. That's why I'm still that song at this point. I've listened to it like 15 times today. It's really gotten into my head in a way that makes me think that other songs of hers might do that. And I've started listening to them, and it's like it's a budding potential obsession. Huh?
What song?
Oh, So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings.
Say it again. Sorry, I just yelled through it.
It's called So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings by Caroline Polachek. And the reason that it's been on my radar is because there's a TikTok trend on like, it's not like millions of videos yet. It's like just like a couple thousand, but like I'm on that side of TikTok. I think it's like big on gay TikTok right now, where people are learning the dance from the music video of that song. So in the music video, she's just like skipping around in like what looks like hell and just doing like a little dance. And the dance is very like choreographed, and it's minimal movement. It's not hard to learn, but it's fun to look at. So a lot of people have been doing it, and it happens over the chorus of the song. So I learned the chorus pretty well, and then once you kind of get the vibe, then the whole rest of the song grows on you. And I just feel like she could be one of those artists where that happens over time. You know what I mean? Like where at first you're like, and then it like grows on you like a fungus.
I've heard this song before. I don't know where.
Probably from Kylie's phone, because she's probably on that side of TikTok too.
Probably, yeah.
I'm putting it in the chat just for my own reference later. I know you already found it. So yeah, that's just, have a look if you feel like it at the video, at the TikToks, at the artist on Spotify or whatever. And maybe it'll come up later. Who knows? Caroline Polachek.
Great song name, I gotta say. Fantastic.
I do like it. I like it a lot. I think it's gonna I think it might grow on you.
I think it's gonna be big. All right. Shall we roll the fuck in?
Yeah, let's pop in.
Who? Hannah.
I'm first.
Hannah, what's your obsession?
Ben and I did some negotiating on this because I think we've both been obsessed with this a little bit.
Ooh.
And that happened in the DMs before this call so that we wouldn't infect Erin with the knowledge.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm a obsession virgin.
Awful.
And
I'd like to apologize for my hurtful comment.
And we did rock, paper, scissors, and we decided that I can have it. So I'm doing it.
Great.
Just finished my first flavor of Spindrift just to keep track of that.
You have to finish all three before the podcast is over. That's going to be the rule.
All right. The podcast cannot end until I finished all three.
Yeah,
actually, I forgot to light the podcast candle.
Being extinguished, you're going to have to chug the rest of your Spindrift.
Yeah, well, I forgot to light the podcast candle, so that actually works out.
Oh, do you need me to light one?
The podcast hasn't started yet.
Ben needs a little nappy nap.
No, it'll be the podcast Spindrift instead. All right. So the thing that Ben and I have both been playing this week, it's a video game on the computer, and it's called Inscryption, but with a Y. INSCRYPTION.
I know about this because Kylie posted about this in Nerd Talk.
She did.
Yes, that's true. Did you look into it when she did that?
No.
Well, good.
No.
So, okay. Inscryption is one of those types of games where there's a lot of surprises in it. So you don't want to talk too much about it. And I honestly think it's hard because for me, if I didn't have several people that I like their opinions on video games who had said, like, this is a really cool game, like, you would like it, you should play it. And I mean Kylie, but she was the last one who fully convinced me. But also they talked about it on Besties several times, which is a video game podcast I listen to. So I was like, this game doesn't sound like I would care about it. It's a card building game, a deck building game. Basically, it's a card game. And I like some of those. I like Dominion and stuff. I like the tabletop things, but the things that are like, I play this monster and it kills your monster and like, I've never gotten into those. And that's what it is. So I was like, I'm not going to bother with this. But then it turns out it's incredibly fun to look at. It's, like I said, full of surprises. I really don't want to say too much about the surprises, but
should we do a spoiler section?
Well, is it on Switch or just on PC?
It's just on Windows.
yeah.
Well, I'm not going to play it then.
So Ben, Kylie, Ian, and I have all beaten it now. And I would say we're all in agreement that it's like a really cool game. Not to rub it in, Erin.
Yeah, boy, you want to buy me a computer, Hannah?
But so yes, I think we could do a spoiler section, but I want people to be really sure that they don't care about spoilers for this game before they listen to it. So like, if you're like Erin and there's no chance you're getting like a gaming computer soon, or a computer that you think you could run it on, I don't know how difficult it is from a graphics.
Do you think it'll ever come out on Switch?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to, because it's very getting very popular. However, there are some parts of the game that I don't know how they would work on a Switch.
Yeah.
There's like one particular mechanic that I think Hannah probably knows what I'm talking about that you couldn't do on a Switch, I don't think.
You mean it's part of a boss battle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, let's see.
Did you know, Hannah, that I know the guy who composed and did the sound design for that game?
Oh, Kylie said that, right? She said,
yeah.
I forgot.
So
though.
we went to high school with him.
Cool.
Well, my high school was split into two related but not the same campuses, and he went to the other one, but he was also the best friend of the younger brother of one of our really close friends in high school. So we knew him. I don't know him very well. It would be like weird for me to reach out to him. But and also his brother works with Kylie.
Cool.
Because now she works in video games, so she's got all these freaking. Didn't you play Wildermyth, Hannah?
Yeah, and she knows
someone she works with every day was a producer on Wildermyth.
So
Incredible
cool.
stuff.
Pretty freaking cool.
Wow.
But but what if I just say this? The premise as you enter the game is that you are playing cards against like some sort of demonic entity. So you're seeing like you're in like a tiny cabin, and all you can see are your opponent's eyes, and everything is in 3D and very much like built to look, like it's. I think the graphics are really cool in it. Pretty and cool and good. I just love everything about them. And so it's not just like right from the get-go, it's not just a card playing game.
From the get-go?
Right from the get-go. right from the get-go. It's not like it's just you're just playing cards. There's like puzzles to solve. There's like very clearly like secrets about. So it's fun, it's mysterious and kind of spooky in terms of vibe.
It's like a
really
roguelike deck building game with like some like horror ARG stuff.
Yes,
Ooh.
and another thing, speaking of ARGs that I had meant to mention here that I just found out about and like watched a whole video about is that when this game came out, which was this year, there was an accompanying ARG that the people worked on. It recently ended.
Remind me what ARG means?
Alternate reality game. It's like where you are trying to find clues and stuff hidden across the internet, like not just from one source, but like websites and like videos and other games and stuff. So you can't play it anymore, but there is like a video summary on YouTube, that has like the entire like solutions to everything that I watched today, and it was like so fascinating.
That's like your whole jam.
That's my whole jam. And if it was still going when I had first played this game, I would have tried to participate, and I would have burned out on it, and I wouldn't have actually like solved anything for myself anyway. I would have just read in the Discord. Like, I really like learning about ARGs, but I have no patience for like solving ciphers and stuff. Like, no, I can't even read an instruction manual for a wood stove. So
Nice. Good callback.
Thanks. So that's basically what I can say. The sound design is great. The music is good. Your best friend did really well, Ben.
Ben, great job on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, it sounds really cool. I want them to bring it out on Switch. It's so hard to be a gamer. You have to have all the equipment.
You could see, it's like you said, like if it comes out on Switch, you wouldn't want it to be spoiled for you, but you could see if someone is streaming it, because there probably are people doing like top to bottom playthroughs. It's only like about, if like it wasn't this short for me, but typically like a 10-hour game, I think.
Okay.
So it's not,
Took me
it's not, it wouldn't
13
be
hours.
crazy. Let me see actually, because I'm on the same computer. Oh.
Hannah, have you heard about Casey's mod?
I've heard Casey's mod has got it going on.
Going on.
You should look it up. I don't want to say what it is for spoilers reasons.
Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look it up later. Oh. I just opened Steam and I saw Casey's mod right in front of me.
It's all she wants, and she's waited for so long.
14. It took me 14 hours. 14.3 hours.
She's in love with Casey's mod.
So I'm a little bit faster than you. I'm a bit of a quick gamer.
Wow, speedrunner.
Speedrunner did half an
Ian
hour
did it
faster.
in 11.3 hours.
Fuck!
Wow.
Yeah. He's cool like that.
Does it count time that you've paused?
Yes, it does. It's just time the game is open.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Then he did it even faster, because at one point he walked away from the computer for like at least a half an hour and like just left it running. Like I heard it upstairs and was like, "Did you leave that game on?" It might have been more like an hour. Ian, elite gamer over here.
Wow.
Elite.
Did you even know you had an elite gamer in your house?
733T elite gamer.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Just thought I had a good fire maker.
Sorry. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. I just finished my hot chocolate and I feel like I'm on a bit of a sugar high right now. Yeah, you may be on a marijuana high, but I'm on a sugar high.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, by the way, I didn't tell either of these guys that I was high before we started like actually doing the podcast. And I had a full on laughing fit when I was supposed to be doing the countdown for us to start recording. And I thought they were going to guess that I was high.
No, but can't really tell.
That's
honestly,
typical you.
Yeah, if either of you had not disclosed, I wouldn't have guessed or known.
Well,
so.
I can tell. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right. It's an extremely personal thing.
Cool. Yeah. So I don't know. Is there anything else you would say about it, Ben?
It's really good, and you should play it. Good night.
Erin, get a gaming computer.
Yeah, what the fuck, Erin? Honestly. What are you... Hey, Erin, what are you even doing?
I have a gaming computer. It's called a Nintendo Switch. Listen, I have to be at least like 5 years behind on my gaming equipment. At least. That's the rule. I don't make the rules. That's the rule.
All right. Well, if you don't make the rules, then.
I'm too busy playing a game that came out, in 2017? So do not at me right now.
But you were riding a bear the other day. So
I was.
I think you're doing pretty well.
I'm enjoying it.
Good. Well, what's your obsession, though, is what I would like to know.
Yeah. Okay, I have a sub-obsession. Subsession, which is... I saw The Matrix Resurrections, and I am obsessed with the hairstyle of one of the characters in that movie. Have either of you seen this movie?
No.
Well, I would say if you liked the original Matrix, I think it's definitely worth watching this one. And I would think I want you both to watch it just so you can really, really obsess with me, Hannah, especially about the character Bugs, her, full stop, period, end of sentence, and her hair is incredible. And I think I want it, and I think I could, because it's
You're gonna dye your hair blue?
It's just the top, right? So you leave the sides brown. And then it's she's got kind of a curly profile, so I feel like that would be a little more difficult. But yeah, and then the top is like bleached and then blue, bright blue. And then she's also got some like shaved lines in her head. I mean, it's just great hair. The stills do not do it justice at all. Like in the movie, it's like I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was like so awesome.
Oh my God.
So, and she's really cool too.
What's her name again?
Incredible.
Bugs.
Yeah, you should do this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to show my barber next one in there.
Oh, very cool.
I'm going to be like, yo, what do you think about this?
Yo.
Yo.
Yo, how good does Keanu look, though, huh?
Yeah. I really would say, I mean, look at her hair. I really would say, if the original movie was dear to you, I would say... definitely check out Matrix Resurrection.
Cool. Yes, I will. Check it out.
Is it a good movie? Is it a good movie? No. Is it a good movie? Like, as a movie? Like, no. But is it good... for somebody who loves The Matrix, the original Matrix? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just how amazing is her hair in this? I mean, and she's hot. Listen, do not at me right now. Okay. I'm like, I saw this movie on Tuesday. It's Thursday, and I'm like full on obsessed with this hairstyle and her. Okay. Let's see. And other than that, I'm not really doing anything new. I'm having a great staycation. I'm like full on obsessed with my staycation. And the only thing I have to bring, just because I think it will be funny to both of you, but I'm genuinely enjoying it, is that Molly and I, our main activity during staycation is what we're calling table time. And table time is her sitting on one side of the table working on her puzzle that I got her for Christmas, watching her show on her iPad, and I sit on the other side of the table crocheting and watching my show on my iPad, and that's table time. And sometimes we'll put a little bowl of almond M&Ms and share it right in the middle of there, and that's table time.
Wow.
So that's my obsession, is table time.
Table time. Wait, so your sub-session was Matrix Resurrections,
No.
Bug's hair?
My you know what? I think my obsession is Bugs' hair from Matrix
Bugs.
Resurrections. And my sub-obsession is table time.
Table
Love
time.
that.
Does that ever turn
time.
into Dominion time?
Well, that's not table time. But yeah, we played Dominion so far the past...
Excuse me.
Yeah. We're at the table, yes, but that's not table time. We've been playing Dominion every morning, late morning at brunch, and then also during dinner. And then in the middle of that, the hours in between, is table time.
Table time. Oh.
We've been doing a lot of more Dominion than we usually do with just the two of us, because we got 3 more expansions.
Hell
winter.
yeah. What expansions did you get?
We already had Dark Ages, and we got Intrigue, and which is the first expansion, is my understanding. So it's like introduces the fewest like new mechanics, but it just kind of feels like extensions of the base game. And then we also got Seaside, which is great, and we got Empires, which I'm really liking a lot.
Dude, we got Empires. That was the last one that we didn't have.
Oh,
I got
really?
Molly Empires for Christmas. Yeah, we've got all of them, except a new one, I think, like, just came out or is coming out. Like, a brand new one. Yeah. And I'm loving Empires so
Empires.
much.
It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one of my
now.
faves. So
You should play. Wait, you should play. Fucking. There's a suggested set that's a mix of Empires and Dark Ages in the rulebook that is titled Tomb of the Rat King or something like that. You should play that set. It's really fun.
When we get a new expansion, we play all the suggested sets in order.
Oh, really?
We've just done the Empire. We've done the Empires only, Empires and Dominion, and Empires and Intrigue, and so we're on to, I don't know.
So you're working
next,
your way to Dark
Yep.
Ages.
We gotta working our way downtown, walking fast. We have to go in order because we'll lose our place, and so it's just better to just do it in order. Yep.
Well, I'm
you check
excited to
them
hear
off?
about when you get to that one then.
Yeah, I'll let you know. We don't check them off. We should.
You could do it like a post-it note so that you...
Oh, that's smart.
Thanks.
Oh, Hannah. Great idea. Yeah, love it, Empires. We talk about Dominion a lot of episodes.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot.
Let's get
You
some,
guys,
let's get
we
some
love Dominion.
episodes.
Ian and I, we are huge Post-it fans. I just want to give a plug for Post-its
Wow.
right here.
And Dominion fans.
We talk
Yes.
about Dominion for the first time in episode 14. Can you believe it? That's a nicely proved bun.
Wow.
And then we also talk about 52. You know where their beans get. So we actually haven't talked about it in a while. We probably have. It's just not been an obsession.
We've definitely talked about it since
Yeah,
then.
it's come up for sure.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, actually.
Dominion Dark Ages came out.
We talked about it at 55 regarding plier email.
It was Dark Ages was my expansion in my obsession in episode 52, or was it mine?
I think
or
I
was
got
it...
you that for your baby birthday.
Baby Ben.
No.
I didn't?
My obsession was Crazy Rich Asians. I believe Molly's obsession was Dark Ages, and she was a guest on this episode.
I think I did buy a Dockers for your baby birthday, though.
I think you did.
Yeah, Dominion
Or
Allies
maybe-
expansion is the newest one, and I think
Oh.
it came out. I think it just came out in December. I'm not quite clear on where you can buy it yet, though.
That sounds cool. Mm-hmm. Sounds like maybe you get to make friends in that version of Dominion.
It looks
Our local
looks
board game
fun.
store also has Alchemy, but we didn't get it because I remembered you saying you didn't like it as much. Is
Alchemy
that true?
is my least favorite, but Molly likes it a lot. Maddie likes it a lot.
I like it a lot. That's the one with the
Potions.
Passion.
I don't know what the fuck. Hannah made her finger into like an okay sign.
yeah.
That's the one with the like, okay.
I'm thinking of Splendor is what I'm thinking of.
Well,
that's
wrong
have
game
little
entirely then,
tokens.
huh? Not even close, really, if you think about
Yeah.
it.
I don't know.
I
Alchemy.
think
don't-
otherwise, Ben, you can't go wrong with a Dominion expansion. I think I like all of them. I rarely like I don't accept Alchemy. But I'm like alone in that opinion, I think.
Huh, okay. Well, maybe we'll get it.
Alchemy has a unique mechanic, which is potions. And there are some cards you can only buy with potions. And none of the other expansions use them, and you can't fucking use potions for anything else, and I think they're a waste of space. So that's why. For that reason, I'm out. But other people don't feel that way, and I respect that.
We're gonna
don't like potion?
try to get Prosperity.
It's a great one. That's so fun.
Dominion's great. They just don't miss.
That's a fun game.
It's a fun game.
That's a fun game.
We should play some online Dominion again sometime.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Because boy, does
Always
that.
down.
It's always nice to cut out the setup and randomization stuff, because that's the only downside to Dominion. Though lately we've just been leaving the victory cards and money out on our table all the time.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well, did you see how we have it at our house? We have like a little set that just has the pre-dealt decks and all the stuff, so it's
Yeah.
Then you
easier
could
for
3D
setup.
print something that could do that.
Oh.
probably not big enough.
Make the pieces fit together.
Make it a piece of fit together. I can make it a piece of fit together.
Make it a modular.
Oh, maybe I'll do that. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
What's life again?
All right.
It's like,
That was table time, I guess. All of
that's
that.
table
so-
time. Well, that's not table time. Playing a minute
No,
isn't table
you're right.
time.
We've been really clear about this.
And I was asking the mechanics, I was like, because I was going upstairs to do the podcast, which I forgot about, because after I was like, let's do table time after dinner. And then I was like, oh, I'm not going to be there because I got to do the podcast. I was like, is it table time if one of us isn't there? And Molly's like, well, I'm not going to be at the table doing my puzzle. So that's still up in the air. But I don't think it's table time unless both of us are there.
Yeah. It's just sitting.
It's just being at the table. It's not table time, TM.
I love table time.
Table time.
It makes me want to do
Time
another
attitude.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, one of the best vacations I ever had consisted of almost entirely table time. It was like
Yeah.
us and like 8 other friends, and we rented this house, and we brought like 5 puzzles because we're all big nerds, and we just all worked on the puzzles together and played board games the whole time. It was so nice, but not Dominion, because then it wouldn't have been table time.
Well,
It has to be an idle task, right? It's not something that you're working on together.
I think not something you're working on together. I think that's the key, is that, Molly and I talk about like alone together, right? We like to be doing our individual things, but together in the house or together in the room. And so I think table time is like alone together doing something at the table.
Well, but I think a puzzle could be that, because if a puzzle's big enough, everyone's working on a corner, like
Yeah.
you're intermittently hunting, but also maybe conversing with 1 or 2 people. Like it
Totally.
can be a
I think everybody should make table time their own.
very solitary
You know?
task. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not big on puzzles myself, but Molly and I have done that where we'll like listen to a podcast together and do a puzzle. And I suppose that could be table time.
Did I ever tell you guys that when Ian and I lived with our friends Matt and Andrea, we lived like upstairs in the apartment, and I would say I was going to go upstairs and work on a puzzle and give Ian a hard time about not coming with me. And we found out at the end of like our time together as a as a bunch of roommates that Matt thought that was code for sex.
But it was like literally just a puzzle.
I had a puzzle going most of the time, and I was talking about it a lot because the cats were so aggressive about fucking them up. So I was like always trying to get them done as quickly as possible whenever I had them open.
Wow.
That's fun.
That's great. That's a good time.
Cool. Well, do you feel that you've given us an obsession? This is kind of like 2 now, but they're both great. Love them both.
Well, my obsession is Bugs' hair officially.
Okay. Subsession is table time.
I think it wasn't a subsession until I started talking about it and realizing that I am just really obsessed with it. Just straight up. Gay. I'm gay up obsessed with it.
Gay up.
Was it Luisa in Encanto? Is that her name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Luisa as well.
Yes.
In terms
Speaking
of
feeling gay, feeling so gay. Would love to give a big shout out to Luisa in Encanto.
And a shout out to that movie also because Stephanie Beatriz plays I don't know if that's how you say her name. But she plays the main character, Mirabelle. She's bisexual openly, and they put a little Mirabelle's dress has like all these embroideries and things on it, and they put a little rainbow on it, and they made it the bi flag colors, which is nice.
We love to see it.
It's on the screen so much.
Give us a gay Disney character, but yeah, that's great too. Love it.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Ideally, yeah.
Has there
ideally,
not been a gay Disney character in recent years?
Not a full. There's
not a
been
main
like
character.
Well, there, and I would dare to say like I would hesitate to call like the one gay character that they've had gay. Like, well, I would call them gay, but it was like in the background. We haven't had like a named.
There's been like a lot of like gay male couples or families in the background of things.
Yeah.
And like there's been I think recently an older lesbian couple, but there's never like a gay love story. I feel like I heard, maybe it wasn't a Disney movie. My brain is mush. I'm not going to look for this. I don't know where to start. But you know, either way, it's never been a main character at all.
Yeah.
Or anything that
gay
you don't have to go
story.
hunting for. Mm-hmm. Agree.
All right, Ben. What's your obsession?
What is my obsession? Do you even know?
Is it taking COVID tests?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Figuring out if I have COVID or not. No, that's not it. My obsession is a show on Netflix. Yeah, I also, as Hannah said, I've played a lot of Inscryption this week. I started it last week, and I beat it yesterday. I started it I don't know when I started, actually. It was sometime last week. But it was really fucking good. And you should all play it.
Mm-hmm.
Buy me a computer, Ben.
No. I'm obviously not going to do that.
Well,
Buy yourself buy a little baby laptop, like a used laptop. Windows laptop. Probably don't need to be that
I have
good
a
for
Windows
Inscryption.
laptop. I have a Windows laptop.
You do?
It's my dirty
Try.
secret. My dirty little secret is
Then
that I have a Windows
you
laptop, but it is the slowest thing on planet Earth. It is so slow, and I don't have any idea why.
Because you're dumb?
Yeah, probably, honestly.
Well, my obsession is The Witcher.
Oh. Molly's downstairs watching that right now.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She rewatched season 1 like today and is already almost done season 2.
Damn. That's impossible math-wise unless she was up real early, right?
You're right. I'm definitely getting a detail wrong.
I mean, it's not that impossible. That would be like 16 hours ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I don't think that's right.
Good
Good looking out, Erin.
She's almost done season 2. Okay, and she recently restarted season 1.
That's
okay.
fine. So when that show came out, the first season, Kylie watched it all in one day.
Wow.
Which
I don't think that's humanly possible, right? Unless she gets it really early.
well, it is very unlike Kylie. She's not a binge watcher. I think I mentioned this before. She usually gets restless after like one or like two or so episodes of a thing, and just kind of wants to do something else. But The Witcher was the exception. She just kept on watching it all in one day. And I never saw it because that was when she was in Massachusetts and I was in California for those 3 months. Or it was like right before I moved back, I think. So I think it came out in December. Wait, is that true? When did it come out? Hold on. I need to get my timeline straight because I feel like there might have been another reason why I was just gone all day.
Was it when you were going to school and she was working from home?
No, because she was in Massachusetts. I know that for sure. Yeah, it came out December 2019, but I had moved back.
Was it the
I think I had
few
moved
months
back.
that you were a sailor at sea?
Maybe. No, the reason I said I'm getting hung up on this is because I feel like I remember coming home and her being like, I watched all of The Witcher, like on that day that I was gone. And it came out December 20th, 2019. I think I was back by then. I don't fucking know. It's not important.
Where's your fucking alibi for where you were when she watched The Witcher?
They then announced a second season was going to be made. It got delayed by COVID. It was made this year or like late last year or something and was coming out in December. And that was announced like 6 months ago or so. And Kylie was like, I really want to watch that when it comes out. And I really want you to watch it. So you need to watch The Witcher first season before the new one comes out. And I was like, I got 6 months. I'll get to it. And then it came out a few weeks ago and I hadn't gotten to it. I watched the whole first season, not in a day. We watched it over a course of a few days. And Kylie watched most or all of it with me. So she got to rewatch the first season too.
Nice.
And then we started the second season, and I think we're like 3 episodes from the end or something.
Nice.
It's really cool. And so it's a whole series of books first, is my understanding. And there's like a lot of them, I think. It's like a pretty expansive world.
And then the video games came next, right?
Yes. Wait, what? Oh, there's a Polish TV series called The Hexer. Because it's a Polish book. Hold on.
Ian and I have finished the second season, by the way.
Oh, really? I didn't know you watched it.
Yeah, although we didn't rewatch the first season recently. We watched like a recap, but we haven't rewatched it.
Gotcha.
And I kind of missed having that much context, you know?
It was 6 novels and 15 short stories.
Wow.
Yeah. And Henry Cavill, who plays the main character, Geralt of Rivia, is a huge fan of the Witcher books and the Witcher games, which is kind of fun. He's like a huge nerd about them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the story revolves around Geralt of Rivia, who is a Witcher, which is a like mutated human that is like trained and kind of designed to hunt monsters, which exist in this world as a result of an event at the beginning of, seems kind of like at the beginning of recorded time, they're called the conjunction of the spheres, where like before time began, all species lived on their own spheres of existence, and then they all converged into one, and that's when like elves and humans and dwarves and all these different monsters all came to live in the same world, and witchers were trained to hunt them and kind of save humanity from, monsters. But there's still monsters around, and Geralt of Rivia goes around the whole freaking world hunting them. And the first season's really like something Kylie and I noticed was that it doesn't rely, I would say, on cliffhangers to keep you interested in the next episode. It's just like really fun to watch, and it's very it's like very episodic in that it's got like Monster of the Week energy in the first season, where like the main kind of A plot is usually Geralt figuring out how to hunt this whatever the monster is of the episode. But there is obviously a lot more like ongoing plot through the whole show that takes place over like multiple timelines in the first season. Really, three.
In that way, it kind of reminds me of like Hercules or Xena, like the old ones from like the 90s. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've never watched them, so no. I mean, I know the shows you're talking about. I just don't. I don't know what's similar about that.
The monster of the week energy to them, but then there's like always a running thread of like big plot going on through the whole season, but they never really abandon the whole like monster of the week, misadventure of the week thing. I feel like the second season was less like that than the first one.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I would agree, but not in a bad way. Well, because it was kind of like the first season was like this like fun monster of the week energy plus this like continuing thread of the multiple timelines, and then kind of like the thing you've been waiting for to happen for the whole season happens at the end of season 1, and season 2 feels like it's kind of starting the real we're digging into the plot of the story. And I think there's going to be a season 3 also. And maybe more, I hope. It's just really fun to watch. There's magic in this world, of course. Witchers can like do a little bit of magic and I thought that he said in the first episode that they were like immune to magic also, but Kylie thinks I made that up.
That doesn't ring a bell to me.
Huh. Well, I don't fucking know then.
But I'm not the most attentive
TV watcher. Anna's probably watching it on like 1 square inch of phone while she does 15 other things.
What else do I want to say about it without spoilies?
Well, then there's also like actual enchanters, and they have like their own sort of organizational structure. And there's obviously like all kinds of like kings and sort of warring factions and stuff. I also feel like it's a really interesting blend of like expensive and really cool looking special effects and also like ridiculous kind of outfits and makeup and hair stuff going on, which is just engaging. Like I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Besides, I feel like you can really, really tell when someone's wearing a wig in this show. But like besides that,
you always can.
I usually can't. But again, I don't usually
How do
look
you
at
know?
the screen. It just doesn't look like real hair at all.
No, but
like
I mean, how do you know that you usually can't? Are you looking up after every show whether someone was wearing a wig or not?
Oh no, but like I've many times had people be like, "Oh yeah, that obvious wig," and like on that show or whatever. Or people like on Twitter like saying things about people's terrible wigs, and then they'll be like, "Of course, they would wear."
I don't really feel like I usually can. I feel like I'm just being an asshole. Ben, you're absolutely right. I can't tell. I can tell sometimes, but I have no idea when I'm missing a wig. I have no idea. I don't fucking know.
That's true.
Also, I think it's a little silly to comment that the clothes and hair are really enchanting. Like anybody's just gonna like watch be taken with something like as silly as a haircut on a show enough to make it enthralling for them to watch it.
Yeah. I know it sounds ridiculous, but who
does that?
It's also a very diverse cast,
especially for a fantasy show.
Yeah, extremely.
It's been I've seen it called out for that before in a good way. I don't know, it's just fun. It's fun.
It's just fun. And it's like totally. Also, The Witcher 3, which is apparently the best Witcher game, is on sale for like 80% off on Steam right now. So I might grab that and start playing it because it seems fun.
Ian just bought that. I don't think he started it yet.
But it's also like not usually. Kylie's a big fantasy person, but she's usually a big fantasy person for fantasy has female main characters and written by women. And this is neither of those things. Well, I would say two of the three main characters are women. Geralt is like the main character, but then the other two are Yennefer and Ciri, who you'll meet in the show if you watch it.
Man, I bet that triggers a lot of phones. Hey Siri.
Okay, Google. Alexa. There we go. Now we got all of them.
The other 3 main characters are Siri, Google, and Alexa.
Okay, Google.
Hold on.
That's a fun fantasy name. Okay, Google. What happened,
Pause! Don't actually pause your recording.
Ben has fallen out of his chair.
I dropped a little thing on the ground and I didn't want to leave it because sometimes my cats eat shit.
What's the little thing?
It's a little 3D printed, little tab from a 3D printed thing. It's not important.
Oh.
It goes in here. It holds the thing on, so it stays.
Like a piece of pizza.
It's a little 3D printed pizza is what I dropped, and I thought the cats would think it was a real pizza and they try to eat it.
And eat it. Or that you would become more high over the course of the night and think it was a real pizza and try to eat it.
That's also possible. What was I fucking saying? Oh yeah,
The Witcher
not usually
3.
Kylie's type of fantasy, but she, as previously mentioned, loves it. And
Yeah.
I think Geralt is a great character. I
Okay,
find
Geralt.
It's so. I got it now. Yeah, you can't really make Alexa Yennefer Alexa, huh? One thing that's really interesting to me about Geralt is like he's extremely monotone, which is like how apparently he's supposed to be in the books and is in the games and everything. And also the Witchers, Witchers are kind of treated like monsters by humans, ironically, even though they kill the monsters for them, because they're like mutated and whatever.
They look kind of freaky.
And there's like a lot of myths and stuff about them. And one of them is that like they like have no human emotion anymore, which is like to some extent they're trained to be a little like harsher than regular humans, but it's obviously not completely true because they were humans to begin with. And I just find I'm impressed by Henry Cavill, who is able to like put a good amount of emotion into a character that is extremely monotone and like supposed to be very cold as like the way the character is experienced by other people. And like he gets that through at the same time as like, I just think it's very well done. Like there'll be moments where like the most emotion you see on Geralt's face are clearly in those moments where like, he can't keep up this veneer of being completely emotionless. Which like makes you realize he is thinking about that a lot of the time. I don't know. It's just like very
Actually, emotionful.
He is. Wow. He's honestly a big softie.
He is honestly a big softie. Yeah, I think Henry Cavill's really good in it, actually. He's great. I think he's playing the character really well.
What do you mean, actually? Does anybody think he's not good in it?
I don't know.
I, for one, would like to defend Henry Cavill and say I think he's good in it.
I don't know. I think some people look at him and like for me, I have a really hard time remembering that he's the same person as like that last played Superman or recently played Superman. He looks so, even though they're literally both like super buff characters and they both have like their suit has abs on it. Like it's that level of similarity. Like they both are super strong and stuff. Like there's a lot of similarities, but like it's hard for me to even see them as the same person. So I just feel like that's a mark of a good actor when you like can't even remember their last role while they're playing it, you know?
He's a good actor. It's true.
Should we do homework? I think everyone should watch The Witcher, play Inscryption, and have table time.
Yeah.
So now that we've convinced them all, let's remind them how to do it.
Fuck yeah. Hannah, that's you, bud.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish the last Spindy. Okay, so yes, play Inscryption. It's only on the PC. Just get one. It'll be fine. It's really good, and you'll like it.
Hannah's trying to wrap this podcast up because she's drank 3 Spindrift and she has to pee.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I'm on Twitter and Instagram and Anthropology. I'm on TikTok at Hannah and her cats. I got a frog in my throat. But hey, doesn't my voice sound better overall?
I was just thinking, yeah.
Yeah, sounds great. So that's it, I think. So Erin, what's your homework?
Okay, my homework is to check out Matrix Resurrections, and I just bask in the glow of Bugs' hair cut and style, and have some table time with a loved one. Take some time for yourself. Table time.
Matrix Resurrections is on HBO Max, right?
Yes, it is. And if either of you want to watch it, I think Kylie and I are trying to line up a family movie night for tomorrow sometime.
Maybe.
So check it out. I don't have social media because I watch all my TikTok on YouTube. Thank you very much, Ben.
My homework is to watch The Witcher on Netflix. I directed it. It was a really fun time working with Henry and the rest of the folks.
Ben, how is that directing the second season after not having seen the first season until very recently?
I think it honestly gave me fresh eyes for the whole thing, which I think was really important. You don't just want to like do what the last guy did.
Yeah,
like your own energy into it.
Think about consistency or anything. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and I never had even heard of the IP at all. And I refused to read anything about it. And that's just how I work, and people have to accept that.
It's eccentric.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a little weird.
Do you have any social media you'd like to share, Ben?
My Twitter is Nicely Proved Ben. My Twitch is Disco Greg.
Nice. If you want to call us, tell us what your obsession was this week. Tell us what you did for New Year's. We'd love to hear it. You can or text us at our number 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
Blaze it. Don't dial blaze it.
Don't dial blaze it.
Ben didn't say it.
Ben, you didn't say blaze it. He was reading something.
Blaze it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Upsetting. We're on Twitter at 2BroadPod. We're on Instagram at Way2Broad. You can email us at way2broad@gmail.com. If you missed any of that contact information or you're looking for links to any of the, I think we mentioned a couple of videos at the beginning, maybe just one, you can find all of that on our website at way2broad.com or way2bod.com or nameyourselfjame.com for anything you want. earnben.com for anything you need. maxfun.org for a cute dog on a boat. Make sure to check out Eamon's music at aemyn.bandcamp.com. They made our intro and outro music and the whole song in the middle that you can find there. And that's it. So happy New Year's in the past. New Year's. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year's
in the past.
Happy New Year's.
And the podcast Spindrift is now all drunk up.
Bye.
Well, bye.
Happy New Year.